Welcome to GHT Time. This is Morgan, and this is a General Hospital Daily Review for Monday, August 17th. So, guys, I have a question for you. Who's going to lose their husband? Let's see what a favorite bunch of characters up to. If you said Brooklyn, you are correct, because Brooklyn going to lose her husband, right? So, anyway, Tracy called Brooklyn up there, was going to tell about Willow moving in back in the mansion, but Brooklyn thought it was about Curtis. And she was like, no, I'm not going to go and tell anybody about Curtis and the whole accident thing and all this other stuff because about my family. I want to keep my family together and stuff like that. So she's not going to tell anybody, even though it don't matter because she's not in any kind of trouble because she didn't do nothing, right? She's in trouble because she keep her mouth shut. But she's so busy concerned about losing Chase, which you're gonna lose him anyway, that you don't want to go tell these family over here, Curtis and Isaiah and all of them, so they can stop fighting. Even though I think Curtis is gonna keep on fighting about stuff, so they could get off of that at least. And but whatever, right? Anyway, Tracy was like, "No, that's not what I'm calling you for. Willow moving back on the property, right?" So Brooklyn's face dropped. She was like, "What do you mean she moving here? And why would you let Michael do this and stuff like that?" So Tracy was like, he threw out the Monica card, his grandkids, and all the stuff, and she was like, "I gotta let them move here and stuff like that." So Brooklyn understood it, but she don't want Willow there. She is like, "My husband is gonna be this woman is gonna be all over my husband, and I got a good husband, and he, she gonna be all over him, and it's just gonna cause problems in our marriage." Now here goes my thing. A good man could have 1,000 women around him and will not touch them, look at them, or make you feel uncomfortable. Okay. So if your husband is making you feel like this, he's not a good husband, right? You keep saying this is a good man, but he's making you feel really terrible. You don't feel secure in this marriage and you think he's good. Okay. Right. Anyway, Tracy did say part of the reason why she let Willow come is because, just to see, you said they got a good marriage. She wanted to put this out there. I think that's a good idea, Tracy, because if he can't keep himself together, then you could see that you ain't got no good marriage. But all right, Brooklyn went down there trying to find Chase, and Yuri came up. So Tracy was like, "You know what, Yuri, look, if you see anything, keep your eye on our house guest." So Yuri got it. He's like, "Okay, I got you." But she also said, "If you see Chase down there by himself, I want to know." Yuri eyes went up. He was like, "Wait a minute." He was like, "I already seen that because they already been down there by themselves." And Tracy just looked, right? She know what started. It's better it happens like this than these two keep going on with this nonsense. But we'll see what happens with this. So Chase made it down to that gatehouse in about 2.6 seconds. I think maybe it was 1.5. Maybe I gave it too much time. Anyway, Chase was doing his morning jog. He got on his little short shorts and his no shirt, right? And Yuri's helping Willow move her stuff in there, right? And here come Chase. What you doing here? I didn't know you was moving back in here and all this other stuff. He got the big old smile on his face. So, she's like, yeah, for the kids' sake, she gonna move in here. And he's like, why would you do that? Why would you come back and subject yourself to these people? But she was like, for the case sake of her kids, she would do anything for her kids. You don't know what she would do for them kids. My Chase, she go all out for her children, right? She do all types of legal activity stuff and everything for them children. But Chase is like, you're such a good person, you're so selfless and stuff like that. And for you to come back here and live in this is somebody tell me in the comment section. I don't remember the Quartermaines treating Willow bad. Did they ever treat her bad? I remember them going out of their way to make her feel welcome. The only time Michael was controlling was that whole thing with Nina, but Nina was nervous. Remember, I didn't say he was right for doing that. I'm just saying Nina was nervous. So he felt that the right way to handle that was to keep Nina at bay. But I don't remember anything else. Somebody tell me. I missed it. I know I was watching it. Maybe I misinterpreted what was going on. But anyway, they was down there talking about the Quartermaines. Yuri had went back up to the house because Willow conveniently said, "Oh, you know what? They probably need you at the house. You can go." So she get chased down there by herself, right? He got on no shirt, little shorts. I was like, "Why can't you go back up to the house, get yourself dressed, and then come back down and help her move her stuff in, right? You shouldn't be helping her anyway, but whatever. Why you can't do that?" They down there talking about the Quartermaines. I'm also like, Chase, why you live here? I don't understand why Chase lives here. He has a job. Brooklyn got a job. They got some money. Go buy a house. Why you live there? You don't like these people. You're talking about them. You're doing all this stuff. Anyway, Brooklyn comes up. She sees them talking to each other, and her face drops because she already knows it's starting, right? Um, Brooklyn finally came in. She gave her a plant talking about Willow. I want to give you a housewoman and make you feel better. And she was like, came in to get Chase talking about they got to take baby Phoebe to the lake for they play date or whatever. And Willow looking after them when they had left. Look, at first, and this may sound wrong for me to say this. You guys tell me what you think about this one. I didn't want Hudson to come get that baby Phoebe. That's her father. I don't even know if Hudson's her father. If Hudson might be looking for baby Phoebe for her father, but whatever. But I'm like, with this nonsense going on with Chase sniffing around Willow and Brooklyn over there making bad decisions by not coming forward and telling the people what's going on with that nonsense that she didn't even do. You know what I'm saying? She wasn't even involved in this. Maybe this baby need to go over here to Hudson, right? We find out who Hudson is. Let's see if he a legitimate dude, because he maybe need to come get his baby, because he's two right here and now, right? So anyway, Michael came up and was talking to Willow and was saying, the whole thing about her moving in. He happy she moving in and stuff like that. She gonna talk about I might need to get the locks changed. No, you don't get to change locks. You crazy. People need to check in on you sometime. You ain't stable. Let's just keep the locks the way they are. But Michael told her again, he got her over the barrel, so don't forget. So Willow need to calm her nerve, and he need to put in there, stay away from Chase. Don't talk to him. That's part of the agreement. But he ain't gonna do that. I think everybody wants that marriage to implode so Brooklyn can see what's really going on. Hudson's a pain. And I don't know, Josh ain't the best WSB agent either. Come and tell you why. So Michael and Josh is talking. And Josh is talking to Michael about this whole thing with her parents getting together and trying to give her this company, right? Um, Carly calling Jax and telling him, what's going on. So Jax just gave her the company. So Michael's like, that's crazy, but he understand why they did it. He was like, once you have kids, you will understand that people do anything to protect their children. Josh don't want to hear this. Josh is like, no, I don't want to hear this. I want to be a WSB agent. They invaded my life and all this kind of stuff. She's right that, she's a grown up. She gets to make her own decisions. But she has to understand her parents is doing this because they're concerned about her. The reason I'm saying that Josh is a terrible WSB agent because here comes Hudson, right? So Hudson's like, look, I got this list, right? And she's like, give the list to Michael. So Michael could vet these people. He's talking about he can't give the list to Michael because he don't know him. It don't matter if you know him. We don't know you. See, that's why I said the whole thing about Josh. This man came up from nowhere. Did anybody do any background check on this man to see if he really Hudson or what he really here for or who he is? Who is he? No, there's no background check, no nothing. We going for his word. Okay, whatever. Um, he finally gave the list to Michael. And then Michael said, okay, I'll get back to you guys on this. But while they're talking, Hudson and Josh, Hudson trying to get Josh to do what he want by bullying her. And I don't like that. Why are you bullying her? But Josh picked that up right away. She said, look, you're not going to bully me into doing what you want me to do, right? She was like, I'm going to do it my way. And when I have the answers, I'll give it to you. She was like, she's like, my father must have told you how to handle me. But she was like, that ain't going to work. Right? So I'm glad she put him in his place. But I do feel like these people need to do a background check on him. Who is he? Maybe the last time we saw him, he was beating up Ethan. So that's what you do when you work at Jasper Jack's Enterprise. Do you whatever he is there? He must be a top guy. So part of your job is to go beat up people. Okay, no. So we'll see what happens with this. But I think they need to look further into who this person is. Carly tracked down Hudson and asked him to come to her house, right? So Hudson come over there and she was like, she know who he is, and she was like, did you get Josslyn to sign up to, go be the CEO? So he said he gave up. He was like, Josslyn ain't interested in doing this. He's trying to figure out some other plan. Carly gonna get on him talking about don't do that. You gotta make her go and be the CEO of this company. Carly, this again, no background check on this man. Who is this man? Who are you talking to? Like, his first and last name, but who is he, right? But she was like, we need her, talking about Jackson and Carly, to go take this thing, right? Josslyn needs to be safe. She was like, she even told how Josslyn got pow pow, and we need her safe. So, with all that, he said he gonna go over there. I guess he gonna go. She told him, oh, he had a list of candidates for this position. She told him to go tear that candidate list up and go make Josh do this. Carly. Come on now. Lucas came in on the tail end of the conversation, and when Hudson left, Lucas was trying to give her some advice. He was like, "Look, Josslyn's just like you. You need to back off for her. The more you push her to not do this, the more she's going to want to do it." I think Carly needs to take Lucas' advice, right? Finally, Lucas giving out some good advice. Um, and do that. Back off. So maybe she can get time to think about how crazy that job is that she's in. All right, whatever. Carly not doing that. Carly want her out of that WSB, so she is adamant about doing any means necessary. And the other end of this, Lucas was telling Carly that he found an apartment. Um, we'll see. I mean, that's good that he found his apartment. I'm all like, I'm still thinking about the thing with Carly. Carly don't make no sense to me. But Lucas, she was happy for Lucas for finding his apartment, and it's good that he found it. He can't be living with Ava forever. She got her people coming over there. She needs some privacy. But I do think that she should follow Lucas' advice and back off just a little bit. I get her being worried because I wouldn't want my daughter doing some crazy stuff like that. But she need to come at it a different way. She knows how she is, and she knows what works on herself and what doesn't, and that's how she needs to come at Josslyn. But she's too busy like wanting her way that she can't see the right way to come at Josslyn to get her out of that WSB. Did I tell you that Lucy's ridiculous? She's just crazy. So anyway, Joe and Lucas were talking. Joe came to a PGH to, I think he said he had to talk to a client or whatever, somebody that was being investigated for something. So he came to talk to somebody. Lucas was there, and Lucas was talking to him about the game that they just played, the softball game, and how he was cheating. And he was trying to tell Lucas that he wasn't cheating. He was like, no, he was just focused and stuff like that. But he did apologize to Lucas. He's like, I did slam into you. Are you okay? Were you all right? So Lucas was like, no, he's all right. So then they start talking about the apartment, right? He was like, did you find an apartment? And Lucas was like, yeah, he found a great apartment, right? And he was like, he signed the lease already. And Joe said, well, you know what? I'm going to meet up with Lucy to go see if I can find my apartment, right? Find something. And they went on about their way. This is why I said Lucy crazy. Why Lucy going to take Joe to go see the same apartment that Lucas already signed the lease on? You knew this was going to happen anyway because they had to put these two in each other's orbit. Plus, they probably going to make them roommates, which I thought they was going to do anyway. But I thought they would just come together and be like, look, I need an apartment. You need an apartment. You want to go get a place. But, no, it's just Lucy's incompetence. She's crazy. Her mind is focused on the stupid deception shares instead of being focused on this real estate part, right? But anyway, we'll see what happens with this. I'm telling you, this whole Lucy Serena thing is making me feel uncomfortable. I don't like Lucy doing this to her daughter, asking her daughter to go out here seduce this man so that she can get some deception shares, no less. This is what she seduced. Come on now. And then she had the nerve to come up and tell Serena, I got some good news. She was like, Jacinta done left and stuff like that. And, she was like, now Michael's free. And then she's going to talk about, something about Jacinta being a call girl and stuff like that. But Serena said, isn't that what I'm getting ready to be? Kinda. It's just like Lucy's talking down on Jacinta, but she's being her daughter's pimp. I'm like, don't do that. If Serena and Michael wind up together, let them just wind up together. Don't do that for no deception shares. And then on top of that, this is dumb. What makes you think that if Serena and Michael get together, that he's just going to give her these deception shares? Who thinks that's going to happen? Let me know down in the comment section, guys. Do you think Michael's just going to give them to Serena? They get together, they be like, oh, here, honey, here are those deception shares to give to your mother. Yeah, okay, right. That's not happening. So Serena's asking Lucy to find another plan because she was just like, can you please, let's do something different. She doesn't feel comfortable doing this, right? Hopefully Lucy gets some sense about her and stop asking her daughter to do this dumbness because this is not right. Guys, tell me what your favorite part about this episode was. What was your least favorite part? What was your favorite part? I can't say it's my least and favorite, but the whole thing, the demographic between Brook Lynn, Chase, and Willow, I'm here for because I want Brook Lynn to wake up, right? And see what this is because she's the only one that's still sleeping thinking that this man is a good man. He's not. He makes you feel bad about yourself. He makes you feel unsure that your marriage is strong. You blaming this woman. It ain't this woman's sole fault because she should be able to come to him with nothing on and he'd be like, you get out of here because I got my wife. Right? So, but that's not what has happened, right? Anyway, I love to hear from you guys always. Don't forget us to give us thumbs up, smiley faces, and encouraging words. And guys, the comment section was jumping this weekend. If you get a chance, go down there and read some of the comments. It was a whole bunch of fun, right? So, also, guys, share the videos. If you know somebody that watches GH and you think they would be interested, please share it with them. As always, don't forget to hit that bell notification and to like and subscribe because it really helps the channel. And thank you for joining us again at GHT Time. Till next time, bye.